my name is John Sepulveda, and welcome to this segment of Through the Eyes of Youth, presented and produced by Veronica Robles Cultural Center. Today, I am joined by Miss Brent. Miss Brent Harding, thank you so much for joining us in the segment of Through the Eyes of the Youth.
I appreciate being here. Thank you for having me.
All right, would you be kind enough to tell the audience something about your life?
Oh my goodness, what would you like to hear? Where would you like me to begin?
I guess probably like your origins, like how did you start your business or something like that?
I believe that it's as a result of my dad. My dad was an entrepreneur. My dad is. He's 85 years old now. However, as a result of him, as a result of my grandmother, who was clearly a maverick, she bought real estate at a time when a woman wouldn't be purchasing it. And my mom also. So I think that entrepreneurship was always in the blood. I've worked at conventional jobs. One of the things that I believe is that in terms of owning a business, I think it's important people have a job. I appreciate that. I believe that you have to have a safety net. And so for me, entrepreneurship has become the safety net. So I always feel empowered. I always feel powerful because I don't have somebody harnessing me. If something were to happen at the job, my whole world is not going to fall apart. And so that drives me, that moves me. And also for women in particular, it's giving me an opportunity to connect with them in a very powerful way, something that will empower their lives.
How do you integrate your cultural traditions into your business or life?
That's a really good question. I don't think I've ever thought of traditions and how they, you know what? Now you've stumped me. I haven't thought about it from that point of view. I will say that I'm probably a rather conservative type of person. In fact, I was with a colleague and a friend 2 days ago, and I put on some music, and she said, "Brent, you actually dance?" And I thought, am I that stiff? And so I'm like, wow, I need to work on this one. So I do know that in my business setting, I'm probably really conservative. So people are always surprised when I do something like the dancing or something that would be tradition, be a part of tradition or a part of culture. My family is West Indian, although I was born here, so many people refer to me as an American Beige. And so there are times when there's food that the family eats and I'm looking at it going, what is that? And they'll say to me, "Are you sure that you're from Barbados? That you have Barbadian roots in you? Because you don't know what this is." So that's a great question. I'm going to have to think about and ponder on that some more.
What do you think about arts and culture?
I think the arts are important. Right now, what I've been thinking about a lot is, and I don't exactly know why, but there I'm trying to think of the word autism. And I understand that music has been a strong influence for helping autistic children. And so I'm seeing the arts from a totally different perspective. My nephew is very much interested in music, and I've said, my goodness, he ought to go to our finest school right here in Massachusetts and study that and get his doctorate in music and then work with autistic children. So I feel very strongly that arts, which regrettably is being taken out of schools and out of programs, we're not realizing that is a significantly important part of development, and it needs to be, we need to look at it from a very positive perspective. We need to integrate that in and keep that in, because that's also a release. We need a place to release. We can't always be stiff. We've got to have something to release. So I think arts, culture, values are, in this day and age, are critical.
How did you learn to do the things that you do right now?
I believe it has come from a multiplicity of places. First and foremost, though, I believe it's from my mom and my grandmother. Again, maverick women, and they always instilled in us the need to have a plan, the need to grow ourselves, to be self-sufficient, My mom was was a strong force in being self-sufficient, and by the same token, to always have the spirit of giving back.
All right. Tell me something about your mentors in life or in business, if you have or had any.
Mentors?
Yes.
Oh man, wow.
Another complicated question.
No, there are. I have what I call the Wall of Fame.
Oh.
So the first and foremost is my mom, Beverly A. Cummings. She is very definitely on that Wall of Fame. My grandmother, Edith Jeffries, is on that Wall of Fame. A woman by the name of Carol Aranjo is on that Wall of Fame. Joe Warren, Dr. Warren, who has since passed, was really instrumental in my growth and development. So those are people, I call them, they're on my wall of fame and to be remembered and immortalized in my mind.
All right, Miss Brent, thank you so much for joining us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. You asked some really pretty powerful, thought-provoking questions. I want you to know that. I
well,
really
thank you.
appreciate it. You are so welcome. Thank you again.
Thank you everyone for watching this segment of Through the Eyes of the Youth, presented and produced by Veronica Robles Cultural Center. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.